This is The Scoop for Monday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. Primary elections in Florida are tomorrow. It will be the last day to vote. WMNF's Julia Saad spoke to voters at some Hillsborough County early voting sites.
As polling sites get ready for Election Day, Florida voters consider who will best represent their state, counties, and courts. Lisa Hamilton says she would like to see younger people in office.
Change what's been going on, without saying it negatively. I think that fresh blood is what the country needs.
Gretchen Perkins says she likes to vote in person, and this year she has two major issues in her mind: climate change and how her tax dollars are being spent.
Being good stewards of my tax dollars. I don't want my tax dollars going to fund an ICE detention center. I don't want my tax dollars going to deport people out of this country who have legal green cards and legal status.
For Bob Stetler and his wife Polly, the economic changes the country is facing are at the top of their minds.
The whole economic situation is big, and saving the democracy is number two.
Florida voters will decide which candidate from their respective parties will take Governor Ron DeSantis' seat come November. According to the polls, Republican candidate Byron Donalds and Democratic candidate David Jolly are leading the race. Florida has only elected Republican governors since 1998. Residents have until October 5th to register to vote in Florida for the general election in November. For WMNF News, I'm Julia Saad.
International students may soon see changes regarding how long they can stay in the U.S. Last month, the Department of Homeland Security announced visa changes. The University of Florida says it's monitoring developments and working to understand the new policies. The DHS secretary says the current policy, known as duration of status, is outdated, compromises national security, and allows for more immigration fraud. That system previously allowed international students to stay in the U.S. for as long as it took them to finish their education. Among other things, the regulations limit a student's stay to just 4 years without further approval and make it harder for students to change their area of study. UF officials are urging students affected by the changes to reach out to the UF International Center for Resources and Support. The rule is expected to go into effect on September 15th, barring any legal challenges. Last week, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals approved the use of radioactive waste in a road paving test in Polk County. WMNF's Juanita Hurtado-Huerfano has more.
The case revolves around the Center for Biological Diversity suing the Environmental Protection Agency over its approval of phosphogypsum as a road paving material. Mosaic Fertilizer requested the EPA's approval in 2022. Reagan Whitlock is a Florida-based attorney with the Center for Biological Diversity.
Phosphogypsum is the radioactive waste that is generated when the phosphate industry mines phosphate ore and turns it into fertilizer.
Whitlock points to the 2021 Piney Point leak of phosphate waste. It led to the discharge of 200 million gallons of industrial wastewater into Tampa Bay. It is one of the largest environmental disasters in the history of Florida. Manatee County has spent over $23 million in the site's cleanup.
Mosaic is now seeking to pave roadways with this waste in an attempt to reduce the amount of costs that they have to safely manage it. And the EPA has approved a test road at its own facility in Mulberry, Florida.
Whitlock warns that this approval and the subsequent test can lead to widespread use. But the court ruled that argument lacks substantial evidence. According to the Florida Phoenix, the EPA prohibited the use of phosphogypsum in road projects in 1992, stating that this application presents an unacceptable level of risk to public health. The rule, however, allows phosphogypsum's use on a case-by-case basis. For WMNF News, I'm Juanita Hurtado-Huerfano.
A heat advisory is in effect until 7 this evening. Highs will be in the mid-90s with a heat index value of up to 110. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Humid tonight, overnight lows in the low 80s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with highs in the mid-90s. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible tomorrow. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.